Hello everyone. Welcome to the Blockchain News Club. We have some huge developments in the Ripple vs SEC lawsuit and XRP payments. Before we dive deep into today's updates, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please hit the subscribe button. It will help us a lot. SEC charges NBA Hall of Famer Paul Pierce for unlawfully touting and making misleading statements about crypto security. The Securities and Exchange Commission charged former NBA player Paul Pierce today for promoting EMAX tokens, which are crypto asset securities sold by Ethereum Max, on social media without saying that he was paid to do so, and for making false and misleading claims about the same crypto asset in his promotions. Pierce agreed to pay $1.409 million in fines, restitution, and interest to settle the charges. In its order, the SEC says Pierce didn't say he was paid more than $244,000 in EMAX tokens to promote the tokens on Twitter. In its order, the SEC also says that Pierce's tweets about EMAX were misleading. For example, he tweeted a screenshot of an account showing large holdings and profits without saying that his own holdings were much smaller than those in the screenshot. One of Pierce's tweets also had a link to the Ethereum Max website, where potential investors could find instructions on how to buy EMAX tokens. This case is yet another reminder to celebrities. The law requires you to disclose to the public from whom and how much you are getting paid to promote investment in securities, and you can't lie to investors when you tout a security, said SEC Chair Gary Gensler. When celebrities endorse investment opportunities, including crypto asset securities, investors should be careful to research if the investments are right for them, and they should know why celebrities are making those endorsements. The case is similar to one brought against Kim Kardashian last year, when the SEC said she did not disclose the payment received for promoting the Ethereum Max token. Kardashian agreed to pay $1.26 million in penalties and said she would work with the SEC on its ongoing investigation. Investors are entitled to know whether a promoter of a security is unbiased, and Mr. Pierce failed to disclose this information, said Gurbir S. Grewal, director of the SEC's Division of Enforcement. U.S. SEC dodging crypto laws. Will Congress step in? Due to the lack of clear rules, the global market for digital assets is becoming more volatile. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is cracking down hard on crypto-related companies, while the major financial watchdogs try to come up with rules for the new industry. In a long blog post, Caitlin Long, the CEO of Custodia Bank, revealed some big facts about the crypto mess. She said that she gave law enforcement several pieces of evidence that crypto fraud was likely used to commit crimes. This includes the company that went bankrupt and caused losses for millions of customers. She also said that they warned bank regulators about rising risks of a bank run. While Caitlin Long questioned how many people saw the crypto lender collapse coming and warned regulators of upcoming bank runs. Long says that Custodia tried to get the government to regulate it. Custodia, on the other hand, was denied custody and is now being criticized for telling the truth. Co-founder and CEO of Kraken Exchange, Jesse Powell, talked about claims made by Custodia Bank's CEO. Kraken Exchange is currently being looked at by the US SEC. He said that it is frustrating to tell regulators that there are huge red flags about illegal activities, but they choose to ignore them. He also said that financial watchdogs argue as if they are in another country and it's hard for years. But the lawyer for the people who own XRP in the US SEC versus Ripple lawsuit, James Deaton, said that the US Congress isn't going to step in anytime soon. He said that the Senate won't bring Gary Gensler, the head of the US SEC, before the Banking Committee until September. If Congress doesn't step in, experts say it will be hard for the crypto industry to avoid securities laws. UAE Central Bank to launch CBDC for payments. The Central Bank of the United Arab Emirates just said that they will be starting a new CBDC that will let people pay for things both in the country and around the world. In the next 10 years, central banks are likely to keep using CBDCs more and more. There are already a few crypto projects, like Ripple's CBDC platform, that make it easy to use them. In an effort to make the country truly cashless, the country hopes that this launch will help grow many industries, such as e-commerce and finance. As of right now, Ripple's solution is still the best one for implementing CBDC, and it hasn't been decided if Ripple will be a part of this new CBDC launch in UAE or not. Ripple recently took part in CBDC research for the EU region, which makes it the most likely candidate right now. XRP lawyer hints at chances of Ripple winning SEC case with a fine. Although attorney John Deaton believes there is a high chance of the XRP SEC case going to a jury trial, he said there was also a likelihood of XRP winning the lawsuit with a fine. Ripple and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, are both waiting for the court to make a summary judgment. The SEC's claim that XRP is sold in the form of unregistered securities is at the heart of the case. Ripple was accused of illegally raising more than $1.3 billion in December 2020, when the case began. The lawyer for XRP thinks that the SEC has a very small chance of winning because they have to prove that Ripple sold XRP as an unregistered security between 2013 and 2017. But the argument is still valid, unless it can be proven that Ripple did not sell XRP as a security after that time. Deaton said this in response to claims that Ripple sold XRP to users of on-demand liquidity for immediate cross-border payments and not as a security-like instrument. This is different from the SEC's view that the assets were always sold as unregistered securities. Hence, if this argument holds true in the court, Ripple could get away with just a fine and not any injunction or disgorgement, Deaton says. But the chances of a jury trial are higher than most people think, he says. Ripple's focus highlighted as Swift plans ISO 20022 upgrade in March. Swift, a big name in financial messaging around the world, has said that it will use the ISO 20022 standard everywhere in March 2023. ISO 20022 is becoming the new global standard for cross-border payment flows. It is interesting that Ripple has taken the lead in this change because its RippleNet network was built from the start with the ISO 20022 standards in mind. In 2020, Ripple became the first company to join the ISO 20022 Registration Management Group Standards Group. It was the first company to focus on distributed ledger technology. ISO 20022 is only just now being used more and more for international payments. Because of this, Ripple and its RippleNet customers were among the first to use ISO 20022 for making payments across borders. Ripple emphasized its focus on real-world utility, which includes non-fungible tokens, NFTs, central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, and sustainability at the start of 2023. It says that the next age of CBDCs will move forward if we focus on how they can be used in the real world. In light of this, Ripple is ready for the launch of new CBDC pilot programs all over the world, which they expect to happen. James Wallace, the Vice President of Central Bank Engagements, thinks that interoperable CBDC solutions that improve cross-border payments will become more important. Blockchain and cryptocurrencies are thought to play a bigger role in the fight against climate change. This is another way that crypto is useful in the real world. XRP payments can now be accepted on Shopify-enabled sites via this integration. Thanks to tools from the crypto payment gateway NOWPayments, Shopify e-commerce sites can now accept XRP payments. E-commerce plugins are one of the ways that NOWPayments can help businesses that want to accept XRP as payment. These e-commerce plugins work with Shopify, PrestaShop, WooCommerce, Magento 2, WHMCS, OpenCart, ZenCart, and Shopware. It also offers businesses and people a payment link, a virtual point of sale, POS, terminal, and an application programming interface, API, that lets businesses make their own crypto payment solutions. Some businesses may choose to send out special invoices on a regular basis. NOWPayments custodial recurring payments also let businesses set up separate billing accounts for each customer and add XRP to them. When XRP first came out a few years ago, it completely changed how quickly and easily transactions could be made. The official Xumm wallet now has a feature called XRPL QR payments that lets users pay in stores with XRP and other cryptocurrencies that XRPL supports. The first Pay with Xumm point-of-sale machine was recently installed at a store, marking a significant moment in retail history. The head developer of XRPL Labs, Wyatt Wind, hinted at the addition last month. It's significant since it follows a request for a debit card to be added to a Xumm wallet. Wyatt Wind, an XRPL developer, claims that when using any token supported by Xumm, buyers can expect the merchant to receive a GateHub stablecoin in the corresponding amount. XRP eyes 42 cents on shift in investor sentiment and SEC v Ripple optimism. It has been a mixed start to the weekend for XRP. However, the William Hinman speech-related documents support optimism about the SEC versus Ripple case. XRP went up by 2.85% on Friday. XRP ended the day at 39 cents, making up some of the 4.2% drop it had on Thursday. Even though it was a bullish session, XRP dropped below 40 cents for the first time in 3 sessions. On Friday, there were no updates from the ongoing SEC versus Ripple case to provide XRP price direction. The lack of updates left XRP in the hands of the broader crypto market. As investors waited for the SEC versus Ripple case to be decided by the court, optimism about how the case would turn out kept the price up. If Ripple wins, the US government might have to give the CFTC the job of regulating the digital asset space. Investors continue to see the William Hinman speech-related documents as the SEC's Achilles heel. The possibility that the documents about speech could be made public could force the SEC to settle. Before the SEC filed its summary judgment reply brief and motion to redact content from the documents, the SEC made at least 6 attempts to shield the documents under the attorney-client privilege. Each time, the court ruled against the SEC, and in the end, the SEC had to give the documents to the Ripple defense team. Empower Oversight says that William Hinman got millions of dollars from his old boss while he was helping the SEC figure out how to regulate cryptocurrencies. At the time, he used to work for Simpson Thacher, which is part of a group that helps spread the word about enterprise Ethereum. After leaving the SEC, Hinman went back to Simpson Thacher. Ripple remains convinced that it will beat the SEC with over 3,000 amicus briefs showing the usage of XRP is limited to payment utility. With the potential of Ripple beating the SEC, many are optimistic the price of the asset can soar into the thousands in the next few years. While there are more conservative price predictions ranging from $5 to $10, the community is riled up that the end to the lawsuit will stir more exchange relisting, and XRP can finally take its rightful position amongst the high-priced cryptocurrencies. The potential for the XRP price to grow will not only be fueled by the fundamentals bothering on the end of the ongoing legal brawl, but also by the technical impact of the embrace of the Zerpledger. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel for regular updates in the blockchain community.